My name is Yuba Sadat, and the book that I've been reading is called The Way It Is. It's by Donalda Reed, and it's about a 15-year-old girl named Ellen Mannery, and she is from British Columbia, and it's in the 1960s, and she has to move to Salmon Arm. It's like a little town by the coastline, and she doesn't really want to because she's been studying to become a doctor in her high school, and the program she's on is gonna make her eventually become a doctor, so she doesn't want to switch programs. But her parents just recently quit their jobs, so they want to make a fresh start somewhere else. So she has no choice but to do what they command her to do, and that's to go to Salmon Arm. But they did kind of give her like a year to finish off like her studying in her high school, and then she got to move to Salmon Arm. So when she went to Salmon Arm, she didn't really expect to make any new friends because she was always pretty socially awkward, and she kind of got bullied a lot because everyone kind of made fun of her because of her height and how tall she was, and she always was kind of like taller than the other kids her age. So she was always set apart from the other kids and never really had any friends. So she just always read and like did her homework, and she just kind of found that reading was her friend and she didn't really need anyone else. But she always did want to have like a relationship where it didn't concern about like how smart you are and like what your grades are. She just wanted a relationship where she actually could feel loved by someone. And she did meet a boy named Tony and on the bus, and she was kind of like, she didn't think that he would actually sit beside her because no one really sat beside her, and she thought that he'd kind of make fun of her like the rest, but he didn't. He just kind of sat there, and he didn't even like seem to care about how she looked, and they just sat together. And then eventually they started talking, and she kind of found out little things about him, and she found out that he was Native, and he kind of felt like he was different from the rest of the kids at her high school too, because the rest of her classmates were white and he was darker. So they kind of became friends on like that level where they could both relate to each other. And she found out that there's a lot of racism in Salmon Arm concerning Natives, and she didn't understand why. Like, she didn't like how Natives were treated differently than other citizens in that town because he was not a bad person, and she knew that when they became friends. So that like during the last pages of the book, she had to say goodbye to him because she had to move to Toronto. That's where her university was, where she'd become a doctor. So she had to say goodbye to him, and they actually helped each other get to where they wanted to be. Like, she helped him following his dream, and he wanted to finish high school and do something with construction. So he got accepted, and he got a scholarship because of her, because she helped him like with his homework, and she helped him like stay with his goal. And he kind of helped her like with becoming more of a social person. He took her to dances, and he didn't talk to her like he was using her. He just kind of talked to her as a friend. So she kind of got benefits out of that relationship, and so did he. And so they both had to say goodbye because he had to go to his university for construction, and she had to go to her university in Toronto.